dealership wants you to provide for them, and they're going to provide for you. Now, the greatest thing about working in a car dealership is you're basically a business in a business. That's what I love about car sales, because I never like being told what to do. I'm a free spirit. And what a great business where you get paid 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, whatever percentage you're getting paid, you get that percentage. They're paying for the lights, they're paying when the lot needs to get redone, they're paying for the floor plan, they're paying for advertising, they're paying for the phones, they're paying for internet, they're paying for all the marketing. They're giving you so many tools, you need to take advantage of that. And how often could you have your own business and have somebody else take care of all that overhead for you? Only in the car business. That's what makes it such a wonderful industry, is you're your own business. So always remember that. Every day that you go in, appreciate your employer, appreciate your bosses. They're there for a reason. Whether you agree with them all the time or not, deal with it or move on, but don't try and change the wheel. You know, maybe give positive input on things, but that's their business, that's their money. Follow the rules, follow the setup, and make the most of it. It's your business inside there, so take advantage of that. But my family's most important. Like I said, I'm a trailblazer by heart, so I lived in Michigan, where basically it was a good life. I was a celebrity in my area. I advertised my church, which was 1,500 families. I lived in a sub with 250 houses. I knew everybody in my sub. I lived in a small town of 10,000 people. I knew everybody in my town. I lived in a county of 250,000. My wife thinks I know half of them. And everybody who came into the dealership knew who I was. I was always smiling, always upbeat, always opened the door for people. I was the celebrity in my area. Life was good. But you know what? My quality of life wasn't exactly where I wanted it. I worked 6 days a week. We have 6 months of winter. Skiing, hunting. I just never had time for any of that. So we went on and chased our dreams. So I'm a trailblazer by heart, always out to be better and start a new adventure. I'm not here to do anything but share my story and inspire you. So nonetheless, I never really thought of myself as inspirational or motivational, but every time I share my story with people, they're like, man, that's inspiring. So that's what I want to show to you, is if you get this business down and you take it as a, once again, like Tiffany said, a career, and you just pour yourself into it, you can ultimately do anything you want in life. That's one of the greatest luxuries not many industries have. Here's, talking about Facebook and that type of thing. I wasn't as big on Facebook because I was kind of playing two lives. I've had my coaching and sales training, motivational business going for about 5 years. I didn't really pour myself into it. But, so Facebook was more for my business. But things like this right here, that got me 3 more sales. That family, I sold that family 14 vehicles. You know, that's the smart thing to do, is to get in there, a picture with you, a picture with them, get the post. Our friend, that's what everybody looks at me as a friend. Noel Walsh, put that there, but like I said, that family owns a business. I sold the business probably 10 cars, and I sold the family probably 15 cars. So when you take care of people, people will take care of you. They want to be part of your adventure, they want to be part of your story. It's all about taking care of the customer. 2015 wasn't my best year. I didn't sell my most cars or make the most money ever, but I had a great year. I worked 25 weeks, had 27 off with the family. This summer, I had 6 to 7 weeks off. Now, I used to hear stories about teachers being off the whole summer. We'd see them when we'd go to Yellowstone. We always go on adventures. And I'm like, man, I wish I was a teacher. I don't want to be a teacher, but man, I'd love to have the summer off. I had that ability this year. We had 6 to 7 weeks off. We did everything that we wanted to. And I timed it right. I've gotten good at my timing. In July, I worked 9 days. I made $7,800. You know, because when I went in, I was completely focused on work, and I knew that I had to sustain my lifestyle. So set your standards high and reach them. Anything you want is reachable if you apply yourself. So never forget that. Reach them. But this year, I still sold just under 200 cars, and I made $150,000. So if you do the math, I worked 25 weeks and made $150,000. That's $6,000 a week. That's $1,000 every day I went into work I averaged. So there's money to be made in this industry. It's all about, like I keep saying, applying yourself and work your business. That's your own business. Businesses go out because they don't do it right. If you do it right, your business flourishes. Look at the chains. Look at Home Depot. Look at how big they are. You know, there were nothing, what, 15 years ago? Now there's one in every town in America, and big cities have them on every other block. So utilize your business. Sales isn't always easy, and you face failure and disappointment from many different forces. You can't let that keep you in a hole. Now we're all going to deal with the office girl drives me nuts. The porter never does this. My manager's slow. It takes too long to get numbers. My trays are too short. You know, forget all that. All that is negative energy. Leave that. That's the way it is there. So deal with it. Complaining about it and huddling about it is not going to pay you. It's going to take out of your pocket. We're here to fill pockets. That's why you guys are here. You guys came to invest in yourself to fill your pockets. So all that stuff that you deal with, leave it. It's the way it is. If your sister's a bossy, your brother's a bully, your mom's strict, that's the way it was in life, right? You dealt with it. You didn't sit there and complain with your sister the whole time that mom's bossy. You dealt with it. Same with sales. Deal with it. You're going to have tough customers. Deal with them. Flip it back on them. My wife taught me the lesson. The best thing to do is when somebody's being hard on you, just keep being nicer and nicer and nicer, and bring your voice down when you're talking loud, and nicer and nicer. I guarantee in 5 minutes you'll have a best friend. Those people will respect you so much because they aren't used to, they're looking for a reaction out of you. And you gave them opposite. So you flipped their whole mentality. So deal with what's in the office place. That's the way it is. So deal with it. Make the most of it. And realize it's your business. The best warriors, I love, I watch MMA. I was living with my friend in Michigan for 6 months and his family. He's a big MMA fan, so he's in the car business too. So every Saturday we'd watch the MMA fights. So I'm Irish by lineage, and so Conor McGregor. Love Conor McGregor. Just had the quickest fight ever, and 13 seconds, one punch knockout. And they said, "Are you gonna have a repeat with Jose Aldo?" And he goes, "You know what? I told these guys I've been training. I told them I've been working. He underestimated me." He goes, "If he goes out and proves to me that he's ready for my caliber, I'll fight him. But until he proves that to me, I won't." That's a true warrior right there. He knew how strong he was going to become. He worked harder than anybody else to be the best, and he set a record. 13 seconds, one punch. The guy hadn't lost in 10 years. The guy he fought was no slouch. He fought a true champion. So the best warriors always train hard, invest their time in getting better, and this is what makes champions. And that's what Conor said too. He goes, you know, the last 8 months, all I did was train, focus. Now I'm on a vacation, spend time with my girlfriend and live a little bit. But then I'm going to come back even harder. So if you want to be the best, you got to train harder than anybody else. You got to work harder than anybody else. It's about going in early. It's about staying late. Lunch breaks, my owner at work calls lunch breaks skating opportunities. He goes, "I used to love it when I sold cars and guys went to lunch." "Where's Chuck at?" "I guess he's got more important things to do than serve you." "I can help you." You know, he owns the 3rd largest Ford dealership, so, you know, so he's doing something right. But when you're there, make it there. Don't hang out. Don't chit-chat. Don't this. Like Fran said, the same thing with me. I hate when people get around my desk first thing in the morning, especially when I get back from out west, because I got all these pictures and all these fun stories, and they want to hear about them. I'm like, you know, I got 12 books. You know, I'll talk to you on Wednesday. I got stuff to do here. I'm here to work. I come here to get paid. I don't come here for friends. You know, 7 billion people in the world. I can find friends elsewhere. I don't need people to hold me back. I come in to work to work. How do you become a champion? First off, you must market yourself to your neighbors, friends, family, and the rest of your community. What did I tell you? When I lived in Dexter, Michigan, I was the celebrity in car sales. Okay, everybody knew what I did. If I went to any school event, we dressed pretty casual, slacks, dress shoes, and a company polo with the name on it. But anytime I took my daughter to school or helped out with her classroom, or went to an after-school event, or did something for the church, or did any type of volunteer work, or anything, first off, I'm just a good person by nature. I try and be. I smile a lot, I talk a lot, and I move fast. But people knew where I worked and what I was. So people knew that. And I always made sure I addressed people. One thing I want to get into right now is on, what was that, Jerry? Tuesday, Jerry Peppers and I went, we flew into Atlanta. We were at another workshop yesterday. We flew into Atlanta, and we had the whole day to spare. So Jerry says, "You know what, let's do some secret shopping." I go, "You know what, I've always talked about that. I've never really done it. Let's go do it." So we went to 5 dealerships. we actually got some of it on video. It's on 30 sales a month. There was a lot of negative comments. We called the guy yesterday and told him what he was doing wrong, so kind of gave him some constructive criticism. But I told him I'd send him a copy of my book and everything too, and that we'd keep in touch with him. He's already friends with Jerry on Facebook. But everybody we talked to, hi, how are you? Yeah. What do you want to look at? Oh, the Camaro. Yeah, it's a brand new Camaro. Yeah, they're really nice. Yeah. Okay. Hi. How are you, Noel Walsh? Your name? Adolfo. How are you? Noel Walsh. Your name?
Sueda.
Oh, I like that name. I like how you say it. Take control of the situation. I mean, how much is it? Hi. I mean, that's the first. First impression is the biggest. And so they're coming in there, and I'm thinking, this guy's a slouch. No, I want a professional with dynamite eye contact, who takes control of me, who gets me, right away. I mean, you need to grab their attention right from the beginning. And so we had him. We went on a test drive in the Super Sport. We only got it sideways once. That was all. Right. He was about 6'2". Of course, Jerry's sitting up front, so he was riding like this, like the Leaning Tower of Pisa the whole time in it. But we took it for a nice ride, a few minutes or whatever. And so we're giving them the easy back out. Hey, yeah, we're looking around at some other models. Can we get your card? Yeah, let me go in and get it. No. First off, when he took my driver's license and I'm going on the test drive, you know what, sir? Just come on inside with me. I need to get some information from you and a copy of your driver's license. Especially I'm driving a Super Sport Camaro. I mean, it's not like I'm driving a Chevy Cruze or whatever. I need you to come inside with me, sit them down, take a little bit of control, sit them down, get your name, telephone number, email, cell phone, work. What's your wife's name, just in case I call the house? Get that information, take control. Then he should have taken us on the test drive and it said, hey, we asked him too, what kind of deals you got? None. You got any rebates? None. You got any special APR? No. Yeah, we got tons of programs. When we get back inside, let me take you inside and go over some of those with you. So when you go out shopping, you've got all the information you need. Because I love when my customers shop me. I was talking to the folks from the Nissan store back here. I love when they shop me. I'm like, cool, we'll see you soon. I want you to see my competition. Please go out and shop. I want you to see who I'm up against, because sure as shit, half hour later, they're there. So the greeting is the first step. Is where you make your impression and show whether you're a professional or you're a wet fish handshake person. Eye contact. You look people in the eyes. You say their names. Adolfo, how did you like that car? You like the brakes on it, Adolfo? I mean, doesn't have good. You say their name a bunch. That you start to get them more involved. I learned that from a construction guy. He takes me every time I'm back in Michigan. I've sold him 5 or 6, 7 cars. He always makes sure he takes me out to lunch. But you continue to say people's names. They feel more involved and part of the process. So get people involved early. That's the whole part right there. That's 80% of your sale. Is getting people involved early. It's you who will reach people for you above anyone else. If you rely on everyone else, don't hold your breath. So once again, like I'm saying, the dealership's going to give you all the tools, okay, to run a business. But it's you who's going to bring people in. It's you who's going to bring people back. That's not the dealership's job. That's not the manufacturer's job. That's not the incentive's job. It's your job to bring people back, okay? And there's a famous quote from Walt Disney. I wish I had it. And Walt Disney started right here. Great story. You got to look him up too. I love inspirational stories. But if you get so good at what you're doing, people will want to come back to you. And they'll want to come back to you more often. And then they'll tell their friends and want to bring their friends to come see what you do too. So when you have a great process, you take the pain out of the deal, you get the customer involved, people are going to want to come back and see you. First thing I always do is when you greet the family, greet the kids. Get the kids involved. Hey, give me a high five, give me a fist bump. Oh, you even do the explode? Get them involved, because guess what? Guess who's going to be ruling the deal? Mom's going to make the decision. The kids are going to rule the deal. I'm hungry, I want to go, I want to make McDonald's. This is boring, my feet hurt, my tummy hurts, I want to leave. If you get them involved, give them a coloring book, keep them part of the